Here we are with A Course in Miracles workbook for students, and we are on lesson 28, which is just a little bit in addition, well, it's in addition to everything, but the last chapter was Above All Else I Want to See. And this one, lesson 28, is Above All Else I Want to See Things Differently. 1. Today we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. In these practice periods, you will be making a series of definite commitments. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them, and we are still at the beginning.
Number 2, you may wonder why it is happening to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is it by itself, and what does it's in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all.
When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You are not defining it in past terms. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts.
Or, you will not question what you have already defined. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask and receive the answers. In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more nor less.
Number 5, you could in fact gain vision from just that table, if you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. Hidden under all your ideas about its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe.
In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. You will be making this same request of each subject that you use in the practice periods, and you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you, instead of placing your own judgment upon it.
We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today in which the idea for the day is stated first and then applied to whatever you see about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity as today's idea is applied to it, in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in their contributing to your seeing.
Number 8, as usual, the application should include the name of the subject your eyes happen to light on, and you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this blank differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and as thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry.
This is I really feel all of the lessons that we've done so far in this. I see only the past.
Yes. Yes.
I see no neutral things, a meaningless world and gender sphere. Because what do you mean the table? Right? Above all else, I want to see this table differently. Well, that requires not seeing the past when you look at it. Well, I really like my white table. I bought it on purpose. my circular white table and my 4 white chairs, it was all on purpose, but I'm pulling in all the meaning it has for me on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, to cut that off and to see things differently, especially when we are in a loving state, then we can see everything in a loving state. So I really understand this lesson. It's just to take what we've made have meaning,
Mm-hmm.
and made everything mean the same in love,
Yeah.
if that
Yes.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Part of
Well,
that
this
too is
morning
also,
I just saw a post of this woman with a ring in her nose.
oh yeah.
And the lady who posted it said, I'm a psychic and I have intuition, and I can tell that anybody who puts rings in their nose loses their 80% of their frequency.
Wow.
Wow.
And this lesson is so perfect because there was the judgment on her that it was a belief, right?
Mm,
And it might be true in this relative world, but where there was a judgment, I replaced it with a blessing
mm,
because because the judgment came first without asking, what is it really?
right.
What is it? What is that? Like, it's an image of a woman with a ring in her nose. Like, I want to see this differently,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
not agree
Because
with
then if you do any
somebody's
research,
judgment,
this
right?
is
I don't,
because you were willing to be pulled by your nose. That's the right. You're willing to
Yeah.
be coerced. That's also
yes,
what so
right. But there's a judgment that it's bad,
yeah.
or that it means something.
Yeah. Right?
And then we agree with that judgment. So
Yeah.
now it's like everybody's trying to say, oh, do you agree with this? And I want to see it differently. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
just go along with the crowd
Yeah.
or what we've been told or what it means in this world,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
or even the metaphor, whatever, like being pulled around. Yeah, sure, yeah, I don't want to be pulled around anymore by the world. I want to actually see it differently.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's just it. The programming runs deep. So when you see someone with that, that's the first thing I think of is, oh, you're willing to be, but I want to see things differently.
Yes.
I
Right.
don't want to pull in the past. I don't want to pull in what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that I've learned here is real. And, when I broke my leg, oh, it's terrible getting old, isn't it? And I went, well,
Mm.
F you. It has nothing to do with my age.
Mm-hmm.
This is
No.
called an accident and there's no reason for it. And I don't buy into I'm getting old
But
or
that
and-
person is actually showing you a belief that you hold within your mind about sickness, about being old. It's a belief we hold.
yeah.
She was just showing it to you.
Yes. I
It's
didn't
a
know about
projection.
noticing at that time.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
it's
like,
okay.
no,
Yeah, yeah. I know.
I
But I'm trying
no.
to notice everything. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to notice everything, but I don't need to correct anybody. I just need to notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I still felt like I needed to correct people. No, we don't need to believe that. We don't
Mm-hmm.
actually need to believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I recognize,
exactly.
yeah, sorry, I recognize
Getting
that
old.
all I have to do is notice.
Yes, with
Damn it.
that, I know, right? It's an instant judgment. Bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, like pushing it away. But it's actually trying to show you what's in your mind
Yeah.
that you're still holding as true, like
Yeah.
age. We're still
Yeah.
holding that as truth, even though somebody may say it and you go, no, I don't believe in that. But a defense is an attack.
Mm.
So you just have to see it differently.
Above all else, I want to see things differently.
Mhm.
So when it comes to say like this table that they gave as an example, are we supposed to also kind of neutralize its because the label that we give it is that it's a table and it has a function to do XYZ. It holds things we get to sit at it, we get to eat off of it. Are those also judgments that we are being asked to let go? Or just as we see it, good or bad?
Just to see it as unreal. It's not neither good or bad.
Okay.
It's just not there, actually. It's not real. But we made it real, so then we've made purpose
Mm-hmm.
to it and our likes and dislikes and all that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
kind
with
of see it more as to take the, my table's better than yours. Well, they're all tables. Everything you look at is a table. Everything it's to for me it's to just take away all the meaning of it.
Mm.
right.
Everything is the same. Everything well, is not real, but everything has the same meaning
Yes.
of nothing.
That's right. It's all of it is unreal, and I want to see the real world, which is all the
Pardon
same.
me.
There's no flaws in the real world. But if we see a flaw, we can go back in the mind and say the flaw comes from the split mind, like it comes from the mind that believes in duality, in separation.
But is there not duality and separation?
Yeah, yeah, that's the same thing.
Okay.
Duality and separation, yeah, they're the same. It's not that it's good or bad, it's just misperceiving.
Mm. Okay.
And we
In
want to see it
itself, it
differently.
is not important at all. Yet what is by itself? Nothing is. So we're taking away the importance of knowing what everything is. I think it's a to help see our innocence,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
to just just be in awe. Like, wow. Because that's the joyous part is wow.
Mm-hmm.
What in itself it is not important at all. Yet what is? Nothing is.
Yeah.
No thing is. And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. So when you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in all.
Mm.
So we're canceling the past without judgment and just being in awe of what we see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because everything
Yeah.
is beautiful and innocent and
But the
we
awe will
can,
come. I don't think we can try to impose our own awe. Like it actually needs to be revealed.
yeah.
Otherwise, we're trying to make something happen again from the mind.
But from a point of
Yeah.
innocence, we can go, wow, I've got this beautiful white table. I wonder what it's for.
Yeah.
And what is it? Do I sleep on it? Like be really innocent about it. Like,
Right, right. As a child would, first time you ever see this table, like you don't know what it is. I
yeah,
remember me and my sister, we would go under the table, like, and just play
right.
under there, like it was a fort.
Yeah.
I mean, as children, you don't know what anything means. You're just playing.
And then at some point your parents go, get out from under there. You're messing up under the table, whatever. But it's not a table, it's a fort.
Mm-hmm.
The mind's always putting meaning to things that doesn't really know what it is, but that's what it does. It's so innocent. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So number 4 starts out saying, you will not question what you have already defined.
Mm. And the purpose of these
Mhm.
exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers.
Mm.
In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment, it is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more or less. Just above all else, I want to see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's number 4, you will not question. So the thing that pops up is always this question when somebody says something that they believe is true. In my mind, I will question, is it true?
Mm-hmm.
And that helps me to bring it back
Right.
Yeah.
to neutrality,
Yeah.
because the belief is blinding them. And I want to see things differently. So I want to ask the question, is it really true?
Right.
How do I know that's absolutely true what they're saying? I
Yeah.
don't. Like
Yeah.
and then I find the answer within myself, like, oh, yeah, I want to see this differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could sure do that with all
And
the little bits of information that want to leak out
yes,
in our
and
world.
redefine it, not
Yeah.
according to our mind,
Mm.
but to the wholeness that, and yeah, that we are, that there's no separation.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, you could, in fact, gain vision from just that table. If you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind, it has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. And you
Mhm,
think that's absurd. It's a table. But through the eyes of innocence and neutrality,
mhm.
it is.
It's no longer going to be a projection of the split mind, it will be an extension of the whole mind.
Yeah.
And that's why you see it as beautiful, because you are beautiful,
Right?
right? It's not the table that's beautiful. It's it's we are the beautiful.
Yeah.
God is the beautiful. Like our creator is we are as exactly as the creator. So we are clean, we have infinite value, we are full of happiness, and we are full of hope. Like we're just that's who we are.
Yes.
And we're only going to see who we are. And if we believe we are separate, we're going to see separate things.
Yeah.
It's just a projection or an extension. That's it. The world
Yeah.
has nothing to offer.
Yeah. It's a bit mind bendy, right? Because we want to make the table mean what it means.
In
Mm-hmm.
It's
its
not a
own
fort,
right. Yeah, in
it's a
its own
table.
right. Yeah. And we want to make ourselves mean something too in
Yeah.
our own right, like
Yeah.
separate.
That's the reflection that's coming back. What am I not seeing in this table that
Yeah.
I'm not seeing in me? Or this chair, this lamp, this thing that we've given all this meaning to. If we see the the innocence, then we see the innocence in ourselves, and if it's beautiful just because it's beautiful and we are beautiful, we're going to see everything differently. This is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. It is very exciting. And it brings a lot of hope where there was hopelessness. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Not
keep
only should
thinking,
subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity. So we're taking the importance out of one thing out of another. We're just making it all neutral.
mm-hmm.
And I think, again, to recognize that there's no separateness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were you saying, Kelly?
Um, a lot through this book is how I feel about my mother-in-law who lives with us downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't love this situation, the that fact. I really wish she had her own space, but so I've been trying to use these for that purpose.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
Awesome.
successful I am yet, but maybe in 300 more lessons.
Look upon her like the table.
Right.
So give it
Yeah.
equal. Subjects should be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them and all they're contributing to your seeing. This will change your
Mhm.
relationship. It totally will. Not just this, but all the lessons.
Right.
Because it'll change you.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Right.
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna re-identify from the misperception of a separate person to the new true identity as wholeness
Right.
and completion and beauty and like, so, but that needs to be established first,
Right.
right? Instead of trying to use your own will to try to see her differently, like it'll just happen naturally, but we have to work on ourselves first.
Right.
It's always us.
Yes,
There
always
is
us.
only us that
Yeah,
we can
because
do
we're only
anything.
going to project or extend, and the projections are just going to keep coming until those are healed within the mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
nothing
Right.
is out in the world. It's always in the mind
Mm-hmm.
first.
Yeah.
And it's not your mind, it's just the mind that believes in separation, and it's misguided.
Right.
And the true guide is going to correct that in the mind.
Yeah. You are not defining it in past terms. You are not asking what it is, rather, you are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You are not building its meaning to your tiny experience, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. Interesting. I just love how it's worded.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you, because I've been using my highlighter, where did you pull that from?
What?
That was 3.
Number 3.
Yes, number 3, the last couple of sentences. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. You are not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts.
Gotcha.
When I did this last time, I highlighted, and the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive answers. In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you're committing yourself to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're withdrawing your own judgment of what it is, and then allowing the new meaning, like what it really truly means, into
Yeah.
your awareness.
Yeah. And then in number 5, just reminding us to have an open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, which is the reflection of us in what we see.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Hidden
highlighted
under
that.
all your ideas about its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. How can a table be that, But it's a reflection. Everything is a reflection of our infinite value, happiness, hope, beautiful and clean, beautiful.
It'll be interesting what things come up for us today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm
And
sure it'll
yesterday,
be something, it'll just jump out at us. Like it'll just really jump out. Like it says in here, it'll just show itself to you. And be like, oh, yeah, this I need to see differently.
Well, I
and
too
today there
saw
was,
a lady yesterday on Facebook, so maybe we saw the same thing, and it was with the woman. It was quite a
Yes.
close-up face shot with a ring in her nose,
Yeah, we
and
both know her probably. Yeah. Yeah.
I immediately I went into this book because the first thing I was like, oh God, that looks so freaking stupid. Who the hell would ever do that? And then
Yeah.
I just immediately just tried to dial that back and go, oh, you are so full of judgment, girl.
Good to notice. That's such great noticing. Like we need to pat ourselves on our back for things that we notice
yeah,
instead of berating, be like judging ourselves for judging in the
Right.
first
yeah.
place. Like
Yeah.
just give ourselves, a pat on our back, say, because
And be
noticing is really,
graceful. Grace, grace,
Yeah.
grace.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, like just noticing something that we didn't notice before and we want to change it. That is huge progress.
Yeah.
Like that's testimony that the mind is healing.
Well, that's good
Yeah.
to know.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Very good news.
Yay, Kelly.
Well, I can't wait to scroll upon her again and give her blessings.
Yeah, so I did reply. I put in, instead of a judgment, I place a blessing. I said, just to put it out there, because it was like, that's what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's how we change the world.
Yeah.
With blessings, like to see differently, to see things differently. Okay, where can I bless this instead of judge it? Because it's not, doesn't have its own value. We've placed a judgmental value on it. And now we need to withdraw that judgmental value because it's not working.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not creating a better world.
No, having the division or the judgment is not
The
creating a
judgment
better
doesn't
world.
create a better world, no. But
No.
the mind goes, oh, I gotta attack it and maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work.
No. No, it doesn't. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's really illuminating and enlightening, just seeing it differently.
And above all else, I want to see things differently. You
And
see a lot
above,
of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all.
mm,
Yeah,
You either
exactly.
see or not.
mhm.
And when you see one thing differently, you will see all things differently.
Yeah, it's very, it's very true or untrue. Like it's very either or, like there's no
Mm-hmm.
compromising, like, oh, I like some things, but I don't like other things.
Right.
No, it's either you see everything the same or you see everything differently. And if you're seeing everything differently, you're not seeing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's like, whoa, that's pretty cut and dry. Like that's it. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm open to this.
I am, oh, definitely. Because I, above all else, I want to see. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm, you know, trying to judge the world to make it better is fatiguing and tiring and
And
exhausting
it
and
doesn't work.
depressing. And it depresses, and it's very depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
And
makes
it
you
doesn't
feel
work.
awful. And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting, you've lost your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want peace. Like that's,
Yeah.
the goal needs to be very, very clear in the mind. What do
Yeah.
you really want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace,
Yeah.
joy,
And
love,
then,
grace, compassion.
and we must choose and make a commitment that we want to see it all as that,
Yeah.
you know.
So that'll be interesting when we see those really triggering posts on Facebook
Mhm,
about
mhm,
Orange Man bad
mhm.
or, Mark Carney good or
Yeah.
whatever we see.
I know.
It's just going to be, oh my God, are you nuts?
Well, how do we
Mm-hmm.
want to see all of this? How do we want to see it? Because it's our
Exactly.
choice. Hmm.
Well, even, and this might trigger, but I just want to pretend it doesn't exist because it
It
doesn't
doesn't.
really exist. It has no impact on me. And, well, you're not in the middle of Ukraine where the war's happening. Mm, you know,
Yeah, those are witnesses that try to defend duality,
yeah,
and those witnesses are false.
yeah. And we're placing more meaning on some things than others, just like the
Mhm.
table or the flowers behind my computer or whatever. We're placing more meaning on one thing than the other.
Yeah.
And when you see the duality, none of it exists. It's just a reflection of your insides. So
It's
maybe that's why
always,
here. So maybe
yes,
that's why I just go, well, it's not impacting me. Not just because I'm not in those countries or experiencing those things directly, but because I don't believe they have any meaning. I don't know if I'm allowed to even say that. They have no meaning to me. It doesn't impact me.
right. So the mind is healing, and so you can't believe what isn't true. when the mind is healed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's still unhealed minds, apparently, and that's their journey that they
Yeah.
need to go on their own journey,
Yeah.
and to withdraw our judgment of their journey.
Yes.
Right? That's a big one for me because I'm always wanting to go, well, they should be this and they should be like, it's constant judgment. But I'm noticing it. That's all.
Well, and when I chose this bodysuit, I didn't choose one in Ukraine. So
Yeah.
lucky me, or
Yeah,
what,
you had other
whether it's
lessons to
happening there
learn.
or not. Yeah. So
Yep.
we have to remove the
Everybody's
meaning from everything.
Mhm. Yeah,
And my journey was this journey for whatever
exactly.
reason.
Mm-hmm. And it's specifically tailored just for you,
Yeah.
what your lessons are. Like that's why it's impossible to compare our journey to anybody else's because there is only one journey really in the mind, and
Yeah.
it's from
And it's
ignorance
so
to knowledge.
funny, not funny like belly laugh funny, but the last time around, the gal in charge of this, our A Course in Miracles group said getting raped or something horrific happening is actually perfect for your journey. She didn't say for your journey, but it was actually, you are required to go through that because you picked your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, nobody wants to hear that's required. And, I would hate for that to happen. Did you freeze? No.
No.
But everything we experience, and I've had some really hard times, and, I've made it hard, whatever, to get me to this point. It's required. Everything we do is required for our journey, our individual journey, to see our way through to this.
Yeah.
So regardless of how horrific it is, maybe someone would go, I'd rather be raped than what you went through in a heartbeat, right? Everyone has their own story or an idea of what is required for them.
Yeah, I came across a testimonial story of this woman, a very horrific childhood, and I posted it on my Facebook page because it was so transformative for me to hear about her childhood, how awful it was. And and she was a drug addict on heroin for like 25 to 30 years. And she had a near-death experience, and she says there is no such thing as condemnation. She totally woke up and she's like a different person.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how is this person different? Like they're completely different. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is mind blowing,
Yeah.
like in itself. Like it was like, what? So who we think people aren't who they are.
Yeah.
They're just images on a screen. Like it's just a it's just a character playing a
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
And they're everyone's perfect
Yeah.
beyond this judgmental world.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's just mind blowing.
Yes, it really is.
It
It
is.
really
And
is.
it was all forgiven. Like there was no more like trauma anymore. It was gone, all
Yeah.
gone.
Well, all of those addictions are ways of escaping what you're feeling.
Yeah,
And
like she lost
when
her
you, you
parents
know,
when she was like 10 or something to suicide. Like, and she had all these other things happening.
yeah, yeah,
Lots of drugs in her parents' life and her life. And it was just that was the way it was. She didn't have any other knowledge of another reality.
yeah.
She thought it was normal.
Can you imagine? But here we are judging, right? I
Yeah,
can't
like we
imagine.
don't we don't even know any other reality but our own either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yet the people above, so to speak, can can look at us and go, well, yeah, they're still sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just levels and levels, and it's infinite, seems like
yes, it's
levels.
really infinite. Yeah, yeah. We are fascinating, and this whole journey is quite fascinating, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she became like a teacher to me in this video. She was like my teacher.
Yeah,
And yet I was like, wow, like this is incredible. Like I
yeah,
never knew that could even be possible because I always thought drug
Above
addicts were
all
like,
else, I want to see things differently.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so illuminating, and it just freed me from all this judgment against people who are homeless. Like all the things she happened to her. She was homeless and she was drug addict, she was a prostitute, she was everything I had judged in my mind.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then she was just transformed. I'm like, holy cow, this is a testimony to my healing mind. My mind is healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really exciting.
It
It's the
is
good news.
exciting.
It's the
See,
good news.
that's the innocent joy
Hmm.
that I'm trying to say. The innocent joy. We see things, we are above all else, we want to see things differently
Yeah.
and from a
It's
loving
so
place.
great. So great. It just
Yeah.
it's exciting because we're no longer carrying that burden
Mm-hmm.
on our back, like judgment, like we have to, constantly judge good and bad, good and evil. Like it's like we got to put them in categories
Right.
Yeah.
so that we're a good person, right? It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that, it's imprisoning us by doing that.
Yes. And that's kind of how I feel when I have to use social media to promote businesses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm hooked by a post, just like you with the ring in the nose.
Mhm.
And then you're like
Yeah.
looking for proof I don't even
Yes,
know what you're looking for. You're just
it's
looking for
actually
something.
it's in this lesson where you're looking for proof or something that your own judgments make it real.
Yeah.
But now when they pop out at us today, we'll get to put a new we'll get to say, we'll do the lesson.
Yep.
Above all else, we're going to see things differently.
Yes. Yeah,
Well, isn't that exciting?
yeah, we're going to clear and purify our mind and our hearts.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'll stop the recording here.